Chapter 6, Provocation. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Channing just discovered your unauthorized party in full swing, and he's not pleased. In the chilling silence that follows his arrival, Channing stalks towards you like a predatory beast. Channing, I can explain. Not here. Guests from the other frats whisper amongst themselves, backing away in fear. Damn, he looks pissed. I like a bad boy, but not this bad. Channing ignores them. His piercing eyes glint in the party lights, and so do his sharp canines. Though he's clearly furious, his gaze breaks down the tightly hugged curves of your body and your new dress. You're not gonna crash the party when I got all dressed up, are ya? You shift your hips, suppressing a smirk, when his eyes follow the subtle bounce of your cleavage. Don't test my limits, not tonight. But lust flares in his gaze, all the same. Come with me, Tell. Now. Channing, you're scaring people. Channing turns on you, his gaze fierce, his fingers curling into a menacing fist. I don't give a damn. You should. You're a leader, and if you act like this in public, you're only going to make us look bad. Channing growls, but when he speaks, you notice he's lowered his voice. Fine. He storms off to his private lounge. You take a deep breath and follow, trying to look cool and collected. As soon as you're inside, he slams the door and rounds on you in a rage. What the hell do you think you're doing? Do you know how many rules you've broken? From the look on your face, I'd say, all of them. But isolating the pack from humans isn't doing anyone any good, that's why. Keeping the pack safe is my responsibility. You had no right to make decisions without consulting me. Well then, what are you gonna do about it? You take a challenging step towards him, and then another, until you're inches away from him. Are you gonna lock me up? I should lock you up, maybe even throw away the key. You could always tie me up too, just to be extra safe. You step directly into his space and gaze up into his eyes with a smirk. Are you telling me you're not a little excited about the prospect of punishing me? You press your palms flat on his chest and slide them slowly up to his shoulders. As if on instinct alone, he pulls you in closer, staring down at your lips with darkened eyes. I know rules are important to you. You're close enough to graze the shell of his ear with your teeth. He growls when you whisper. But don't you think some rules were made to be broken? He tenses and pulls away, and you realize immediately that you've said the exact wrong thing. You can't just seduce your way out of this. Our anti-fraternization rule exists for a reason. I know that, but it's making Alpha Tau look suspicious. Those rumors about Alpha Tau only exist because you never let anyone see the real you. That's because the real us is a pack of werewolves. Yeah, but most people don't even believe in werewolves. By throwing this party... Channing growls, but you can see the wheels turning as he thinks over what you've said. You're trying to deflect suspicion by making us look like a normal frat. Exactly. And up until you huffed and puffed and blew the house down, it was working. So that's really it. There weren't some part of you that wanted to punish me for blowing you off. Maybe I wanted to punish you a little, but you kind of deserve it. I'm not a toy, Channing. You can't just use me and then push me away when you don't feel like playing anymore. I wasn't. Yes, you were. You had just admitted it. So yeah, maybe I threw a party without telling you because I wanted to piss you off. Can you blame me? You brace yourself on another blast of his temper, but he just shakes his head. Because it's being petty. I used to deal with legacy werewolves, so I'm not used to being challenged like this. It's infuriating, but isn't all kinds also kind of a turn on? He steps close again, and you shiver at the pulse of electricity between your bodies. Maybe a little bit. Does that mean you're not angry anymore? Oh, I'm angry. Testing your boundaries, you're stepping closer, your pulse racing when he doesn't move away. I'll ask again, what are you gonna do about it? Grasps the back of your neck and draws you in. You gasp when his teeth lightly graze the curve of your ear. Easy, I'm going to make you beg for my forgiveness. The rough, husky edge to his voice makes your core throb with need. That is, if you think you can handle me. Accept your punishment. Oh, I can handle it. Just remember, we might have to avoid some things, because YouTube can't handle it. I did break the rules. You did, and what a good girl you are for admitting it. He caresses the column of your neck, and you gasp when his hands trail down to gaze the curve of your breasts. You're so sensitive, just a few light touches, and you're already melting for me. Are you gonna tease me all night, or we can get started? His lips claim yours in a kiss that silences you, and you groan when his tongue slides into your mouth. You press against him, gripping his broad shoulders and fitting your hips against the growing bulge in his pants. But you let loose a growl of frustration when he easily pushes you away. Anyone can hear us here. We better move this somewhere more private. Flushed and frustrated, you follow Channing out of the lounge like a dog chasing a bone. Channing shuts the door behind you, and you take a moment to admire the unfamiliar room. You never told me there was a study in this house. You never asked. You suck in a breath when he embraces you from behind, his hand slipping up the midriff to the skin on the other side of one of your breasts. Now, before we get started, strip. You shimmy out of your dress and toss it to the floor. He openly devours you with his gaze. What about you? I'm calling the shots here. If I feel like undressing, I will. Feel a flicker of disappointment which disappears when he runs his hands lightly up your bare sides. I'll be generous and let you choose your own punishment, so... what can I do to make sure you never defy me again? You should bend me over the desk. I think you're right. He lays his hands against the small of your back to bend you forward until your belly is flat against the desk. I could get used to seeing you like this. His hands grasp the back of your neck and pinning you with his hips flush against your rear. Do you like this, Tal, being at my mercy? And do you deserve it? I do, Channing. He grinds against you and digs his fingers into your flesh, stoking you further. Good girl, but I think this lesson needs to be a little bit harsher. So tell me, what else should I do to punish someone who deliberately disobeys? Kiss. The rumble of his laugh echoes through you like a taunt. His fingers rake across your skin, leaving marks in their wake. That's not much of a punishment. Please. He leans close, not quite, brushing his lips in along your jawline, towards your lips, and then pulls back. No, you have to learn to behave before you're rewarded. His fingers stroke you. His touch, a mix of tender and harshness. Your head spins as you feel release building inside of you. Please. Please what? Tell me what's next. Tell me what you want. I want you to bite my neck. He bares his teeth and bends his head to nuzzle your neck. And you feel it, the rasp of his canines running down the length of your throat. He bites down, sending a pulse of pain and pleasure through your body. You press against him, a wordless plea for more. He laughs and rakes his fingers across you. You're so delicious when you beg. Please, I need you. Oh no, we're not done yet. I'm not convinced you're really penitent. Tal, show me how sorry you are by being such a bad girl. Then kneel. You lower yourself before him, grasping the back of his legs. You look up into his eyes, the power he has over you, nearly pushing you to the brink. He reaches down, pulls your head back roughly, baring your throat. Like you on your knees. He reaches down, running his hand down your body, stoking the fire in your veins. Your body twists, flexes, aching for him to touch you. Did I say you could move? No. No. You clearly haven't learned your lesson yet, so what next? Anything. Anything you want. You haven't been paying attention, Tal. You have to choose. Tell me what's next. We're going to go back to the party now, so I can enjoy watching you mingle, knowing how much you ache for the release you didn't get. That's cruel. He pulls you against him, his hands soft now, gentle. He brushes his lips slowly across yours, then takes your mouth in a tender but passionate kiss. And now, frustrated and starving for more, you hastily put on your clothing and get ready to rejoin the party. But as Channing takes a deep breath and pulls open the door, you wonder, does he ache for me too? When you head back to the party, you find Asher and Lupe waiting at the bar. They eye Channing nervously. Hey, you two. About the party. I'm not shutting it down, Lupe. Relax. Oh, that's great. But I mean, are we gonna be punished for this? He glances at you, his eyes glittering in the party lights. Tala was kind enough to take your punishment on herself. Yep. Clearly it was agonizing. You and Channing share stifled laughs to Lupe and Asher's bemusement. Whatever, I'm just glad the party's still on. To celebrate, I think Channing should give a toast. Show everyone you're not a total lunatic. He growls and whispers harshly in your ear, making the hairs on the back of your neck stand at attention. I'm not exactly charming, you know. Just picture me naked. Just me, though. Anyone else, and I'll get jealous. Well, we can't have that, can we? With a reluctant sigh, Channing grabs a beer and beckons the DJ to lower the music. The room goes silent again. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Channing Lowe, leader of Alpha Chi Sigma. We don't normally open our doors to outsiders, and I'm told it's given us a reputation. That's why we're here, to show our fellow Woolsey students that we're not as scary as everyone thinks we are. Even if I do sometimes kick indoors. Everyone laughs, and you look up at Channing, pleased to see his eyes glowing with genuine humor. So welcome to Alpha House, drinks are on me. The crowd cheers, and the DJ cranks the music back up as people swarm around Channing. You stand back and smile. That was shockingly cordial. But while Channing is mobbed by well-wishing frat bros, Cullen slinks up beside you, scowling. How did you do it? How do you keep getting away with breaking the rules? I could ask you the same thing considering what happened the other night. What's going on? At Channing's approach, Calla trains her expression into a perfect neutral mask. You flash Channing an innocent smile. Oh, Cal and I were just reminiscing about last night. Channing, whatever she tells you, we had a killer Scrabble match. Is that right? I was surprised too, but Calla really's got away with words. A couple of 4-letter ones come to mind. Glad to see you two finally playing nice. You shoot Calla a smug smile. She rolls her eyes and leans toward you, pitching her voice into a low, harsh whisper. Your luck will run out soon enough. Sorry, I can't hear you over this awesome party I planned. You take Channing's arm and walk into the crowd, pleased to see everyone enjoying themselves. But when you and Channing step into the kitchen, you find the twins with a couple of frat boys who look amused. You're like scary identical. How do people tell you apart? For starters, we try not to dress alike. Sometimes I even change the color of my fur. Your fur? Oh, you two, you have to stop saying fur when you really mean your hair color. But I could swear she said, yeah, Romy looks great with blue hair. Seriously, you have to tell me what rinse you use. Rinse? No, I mean I changed my... Romy, Samira, Cal is looking for you. She seems annoyed you weren't around. Oh damn, we gotta go. So they're idiots, kind of. They together can't even share enough space for one brain and one skull. You heave a sigh of relief as the twins rush off, and then Samira returns to whisper quickly in your ear. By the way, this party is awesome. Don't tell Kala I said so. As she runs to catch up with her sister, Channing looks at you, eyebrows raised. Maybe we should keep those two away from the humans. Before they let the wolf out of the bag. Return to the common room, surprised to see Marcus pushing through the crowd. Hey, Tal, I thought that was you. It's odd in here, my glasses got all fogged. He pauses, his eyes widening as he takes in every inch of your revealing outfit. Damn, Tal, you look hotter than hell tonight. Channing's expression darkens. He drapes his arm possessively around your shoulders. Tal, who is this? Channing, meet Marcus. He was my neighbor when I still lived in the dorms. That is until you hustled her into the Alpha House. Well, Channing is very persuasive. Am I now? Of course. When you invited me to live here, I couldn't possibly say no. Sounds like you were pressured into it. What, Marcus? No, it's not like that. I was joking. Gotta hand it to you, Channing. You don't waste time. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying. I get snatching Tal away like that, but I know she's too amazing to pass up. Marcus puts a hand on your shoulder, and you glance discreetly at Channing to see him clenching his jaw. The house is killer, though. I don't blame Tal for moving right in, despite the rumors. Those rumors are nothing but bull. I'm just the messenger here, man. I can't help what everyone around campus thinks. But if you're interested, I write for the Woolsey Herald. I'd be happy to retell your story. Marcus? Channing hates publicity. But don't you want to address some of the stories about the frat? I'm offering you a chance to explain yourself. As you said, our doors are open now. People can see for themselves what the alphas are. But what about all those wild rumors and accusations? Channing looms over Marcus with a slow, humorous grin, revealing a threatening flash of two sharp canines. I said no. Marcus glances around as if he's looking for an escape. His eyes land on Lupe standing at the bar. You know what? There's that cute girl I've been meaning to talk to all night. I'll catch you later. Good riddance. But Lupe's gayer than the day is long, and I can't wait to find out how she puts him in his place. I'm sorry. I just did not think we would ever say something like that on one of these videos ever, but here we are. Channing takes your arm and pulls you into a corner, glancing around quickly to make sure there's no one nearby. And this is exactly why I don't invite humans here. They ask questions. Marcus is a journalist. Asking questions is literally what he does. Besides, he has a point. These rumors about Alpha Tau aren't gonna go away unless we make them. Don't push it, Tal. You wanted me to make a speech. I made a speech. I've done my part. One little speech isn't going to erase years of rumors. Then tell me, Spin Doctor, what else do I have to do to make us look like a normal frat? You could always get on the dance floor. You look around and notice that despite the crowd and pumping music, no one's dancing, giving Channing a mischievous smile. We are gonna get the party started for real. You switch the music to a more upbeat track, and minutes the floor is packed with dancers. Come on, Alpha. Afraid to let loose? You go ahead, I want to watch. Fine. I'm gonna put on a show, but we'll see how long you can stand to sit on the sidelines. I'll dance with... Oh, that'll make him get up on the dance floor real quick. You find Marcus in the crowd and take his hand, dragging him onto the dance floor. Your boyfriend's looking pretty salty over there. Should I be worried? As Marcus twirls you around, you glance back at Channing to find him glowering from the edge of the crowd. I never said he was my boyfriend, and if he wanted to dance, he should have asked me. His loss is my gain. As you spin away to another partner, you two guys in Psi Beta Sigma shirts wave you over. Hey, you're Tal, right? I'm Dan, president of our chapter. I heard you organized all this. It was an alpha group effort, though. Well, it's a banging party. Totally not what I was expecting. You guys are a lot of fun. Thanks. We'd love to come to your parties, be more involved. Come to your parties. Oh, hell yeah. But only if you lend us your DJ. And whoever your bartender is, that punch you're serving is killer. No, that would be Asher. Oh, is that scary guy who kicked down the door earlier? No, that's Channing. Don't worry, his bark is way worse than his bite. Well, if you can promise he won't tear our house down, he can be your +1. Lupe suddenly grabs your arm and pulls you into a huddle with Asher, Emmy, and Cal. I hate to ruin the mood, but, 18 starting to see a girl draped across Channing's shoulder and flirting hard. A bolt of jealousy slams through your chest. You need to shut that down pronto. Want me to scratch her eyes out? Harsh. I'm into it. Put the claws away, Lupe. I can handle this. You square your shoulders and stalk towards Channing like a woman on a mission. He looks up and pauses mid-sentence. Come to whisk me away, Tal? We're in the middle of a conversation. And I'm so sorry to interrupt, but Channing's mine. I'll believe that when I see it. Challenge accepted. You take Channing by the back of the neck, lean in, kissing him fiercely on the lips. Channing growls, kissing you back like he'll die without it. The poor sorority girl looks stunned. Proof enough for you? The girl huffs and walks away. Channing chuckles and gazes warmly at you. That was diabolical. I had to get her to leave somehow. I'm tragically without a dance partner. He pulls you into his arms roughly and presses his lips close to your ear. I should make you jealous more often. The plan was for you to get jealous, but it backfired. I'm not jealous, I'm just reminding you who you're really with. As if I'd ever forget. Suddenly, the driving thump of the music fades into a slow, romantic beat, and guests couple up for a slow dance. Channing slips his arm around your waist, melding his body to yours to gently guide your hips to the soft rhythm of the music. Slow dancing. I'm impressed. With a chuckle, he tightens his arms around you and presses his lips to the curve of your throat. I can do romantic when I want to. You lean into him, savoring the taut feel of his limbs on yours and the sheen of sweat on his skin. Yeah, well, so can I. I'll wind my arms around his neck, lay my head on his shoulder, grab his butt. Arms around the neck. Slide your arms up and circle his neck, pulling him towards you to press your forehead to his. Tal. Shh. The intimacy of the moment makes you feel like you're the only two people in the room. You close your eyes and whisper your mouth against his in a gentle invitation. His breath catches in his throat, and you take advantage of the moment to run your tongue across his lower lip. Suddenly, a thumping dance beat kicks back in, and with shocking force breaking the tender spell. Oh. Feeling awkward, you step away from each other, surprised to realize you're surrounded by a room full of guests. Channing, thank you. That was really nice. He looks sheepish as he steps away. You want to reach for him to pull him back, but you look thirsty. I'm gonna grab us some drinks. He disappears into the crowd, leaving you alone with your muddled feelings. I think I need to get some air. But the moment you get outside, an arm snakes around your waist and you're yanked back hard against someone's chest. The hell? You find yourself in the grip of some random Gamma Psi dude with a glazed over expression and infuriating smirk. Come on, baby, I want to dance with you. I'm not interested. Back off. What's the problem? Your friend with the glasses over there said you're up for grabs. You follow his gaze through the sliding door to see... Why? Why? He's testing boundaries. Marcus said that? Yeah, so I don't get why you won't give me the time of day. I'm going to shrug him off. Reach your arm out of his grip and put some space between the two of you, trying to play it cool. Cool it, dude. Save my time for people who are worth it. You're surprised the guy raises his hand in submission, but he's not even looking at you. You wheel around to see a guy staring at you, or what he's staring at, and you stomach sinks when you find Channing behind you. His lips are curled in a snarl, his eyes ablaze with fury, but his voice is a furious whisper of a growl when he addresses you. Tal, get out of here now. The Gamma Psi jerk backs away, fear in his face. Channing's pupils narrow to wolfish slits. Hey, I don't want any problems. You touch Channing's chest to calm him, but fear grips you when his canines begin to lengthen and curve. Oh my god. You step between Channing and the frat bro, horrified by the realization of what's about to happen. Channing's gonna transform in front of the whole party. I doubt that. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description, plenty of things to check out there, and ways to support the community, be a part of this community, this family that we've built, and the whole 9 yards. With that being said, this is what I foresee in the next chapter, so let's go. Pretty much our boy Marcus is over there testing and trying to make a scene. He's setting it up. Basically the whole rumors and the whole things, and I mean, let's be honest, there are journalists who do this all the time, so they can get a scoop. That's unfortunately something that, you know, happens. That being said, I don't think Channing will go full mode, right? Because that would really be bad. That would really, really actually be bad. I think there's kind of like a middle way transformation where he starts, you know, getting like all rage hulky and shit like that. You know, kind of like vampires, right? They don't go all like bat form because because their canines, you know, descend. I think he's just, you know, kind of getting pissed off and the whole 9 yards. As for Marcus, right? Again, I think it's also because Marcus is hiding something. I think he's not just a journalist, and that's my guess, right? There was a subtle hint that was dropped, I believe, a chapter or two ago, talking about hunters of werewolves, right? Very subtle hint about it. And basically, so far, all we've dealt with was ferals, which don't seem to do anything to Channing or the rest of the group whatsoever, really. And we really haven't run into the hunters yet. And if you look at, for instance, Buffy and whatnot, some of them would kind of go undercover or whatnot to find, you know, who vampires or whatever that they were going after, and then they would, you know, develop proof to make sure that they knew for sure that the person was a vampire or whatnot, and then go after them. I think this is what's happened. is literally he's not just a journalist, he's probably part of a vampire, or not a vampire, because I'm still thinking about Buffy, werewolf hunting order. So those are my thoughts. Let me know if you agree in the comments section below, but otherwise, thank you all for watching. Love your beautiful faces, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.